So I've had a couple of client sessions today, and I wanted to share something with you that I found to be a common theme of both sessions and something that I just found true of my experience of life overall. And this also came up when I saw a video from a good friend of mine who's also got a YouTube channel, and he'd spoken about this a little bit, and I kind of want to expand on my take on it, which is stop relying on feeling a certain way or feeling yourself towards doing something positive. What I mean by that is, I think there's a tendency to be tempted to wait until we feel good enough or feel motivated or feel positive before we then go and do something that's good for us, whether that's something to do with self care, whether it's doing exercise, whether it's being productive, working, spending time with family, whatever that might be. There's a tendency to wait until we feel like we want to do that. And this is coming from a counselor. That's not the answer. Don't rely on feeling your way towards doing something positive. The answer is just doing it, regardless of how you feel. In fact, when you feel low and when you feel like you just want to isolate yourself, that is the time you actually need to go out and see people and talk and interact. You need to challenge yourself and push yourself out that comfort zone to get confirmation that actually you can handle yourself. You are more than the feelings that you experience. You are more than the feelings you experience. This is what I want to really get across. When we are feeling overwhelmed and bombarded by negative feelings, there's a tendency to think, this is who I am. This is all I'm good for. And we forget all the other things that are good about us. We forget all the other strengths we have. We forget about all the other times that we've overcome an obstacle or done something, because in the moment we're experiencing a very negative thing. And by relying on your feelings too much, you eliminate the opportunity to be able to take positive action, because you can still take positive action even if you feel low, even if you feel bad about yourself, even if you feel tired and hungry, and you can still go for that run. Even if you're feeling, really angry and frustrated, you can still choose to act in a different way. You can still choose to remain calm. But when we give in to our feelings too much, then it can hurt us. So as a counselor, I guess what I'm taking away from this is, I thought feelings were everything, especially growing up, that you had to really focus on how you feel and your feelings really matter. And of course they do, but not for the reason I thought. I thought the feelings matter because that's we feeling it and that is genuinely representative of who we are. And it's not the case. Our feelings can be very deceptive. We're in fact taught to feel in indirect ways because we're conditioned to react to certain things in a certain way. But that doesn't mean just because we're feeling it that it's really us. We're certainly feeling the emotion, but it isn't reflective of how we genuinely, truly feel when you think about it and step back. So I guess I want to share with you is if you can develop a bit of discipline and will in your life, where you can overcome times where you feel low and overcome what the emotion is telling you, and despite that, do something positive for yourself, you have just built the foundation of what emotional resilience is and emotional regulation is. And when I see the video from the friend of mine, I'm going to put his YouTube handle in the description if you want to check him out. He's doing this in every single video. Like he's figuring out, he shared in a recent video that he was feeling low and that he knows he needed to do exercise to feel good and get out of it. But he only knew that because of previous experience. But he reminded himself of that and he did it. And this is what a lot of us are lacking. Reminding yourself of what works because you give in too much to the feeling, to the emotion, especially when it's a negative, low emotion. When you have the ticket and the answer all along to deal with it, even if you don't feel you do, you do. You have to bring in the conscious, let's say, in this case, the rational self to come in and be like, no, you're doing it again. These are just your emotions, but remember, you did this thing that worked. Why don't we just try that? What have you got to lose by trying it? I guess I want to summarize by saying it's incredible how we can forget to remind ourselves of what works and just see what impact it has on some people. So I want to encourage you, if there's something that works for you, that makes you feel good, whatever it is, unless it's drugs or alcohol or anything, something that genuinely supports your development and growth, something that isn't used to escape your pain, something that instead you use to help make you stronger and more resilient to it. Please do that and remind yourself of that and remind yourself just how much you're capable of. Thanks for watching.